Hey, what's going on? It's Brian. Just want to do a quick video here to show you some really cool technology that you can use, AI-based, to create a video from start to finish, complete with script, voiceovers, video editing, and uploading to your social network of choice. In this case, we'll be doing YouTube. Now, what I'll say about this is that while I think the AI capabilities that I'm going to be showing you are really cool, the only thing I'm concerned with is that it's actually causing us to bring ourselves to a place where we're letting the AI stuff take over everything, every aspect of our creativity. So I don't necessarily condone using services like this to completely replace your creative gifts that you've been blessed with, but to help augment them and to help save you some time in some mundane tasks, such as figuring out a script that you want to write for a short marketing video, for example. But so we'll be taking a look at an AI-based text editor that will actually generate an entire video script for you based on just a simple keyword entry, as well as a website that offers you free stock footage of video and images. And then finally, a free video editing app that allows you to edit your video for free. They provide some free soundtrack files that you can use, and they also provide a text-to-speech sound engine that uses AI-based voices to create a somewhat professional-sounding voiceover. There are numerous services out there that I've seen and I've researched over the last couple days that you can get more realistic sounding voices, but a lot of these services, they offer these free packages, but when you look at what comes with them, you definitely would want to upgrade to one of the paid versions to get better quality output. So with that, I'm going to jump right in and start out with my amazing wife. Okay, so I'm here with my beautiful wife, Carolyn.
Hi.
And I don't think you can see her, but my little cat, Arizona, here. And we are going to do an interesting experiment. What we're going to do is use a free AI-based tool to essentially generate a script for a video that we're going to create. Now, I don't know about you, but when I create videos, a lot of the time it's spent thinking about what I want the content of my video to be, what the voiceovers need to sound like, what pictures I'm going to need to use, so on and so forth. This tool, Writer.me, that's RYTR.me, is an AI-based tool where you can come in and quickly and easily generate the content that you need for your script. So to start out with, we're going to come in here and pick our English as our language, right?
Why would we do that?
I don't know. We get to select a tone. So we have all kinds of things like appreciative, assertive, casual, cautionary, formal, joyful. You want joyful? All right,
joyful.
We'll pick joyful.
You said joyful.
And then choose use case. So when I think of a video, you usually have like sections to a video. So for me, that would be kind of like an outline format. It'll give you actual sections that you can do. But we also have other things under here that we can use, like
what?
Business ideas, copywriting framework, cover letters, job description, magic command. I have no idea what magic command is. Have to check that out after. Question and answer, reply to reviews and messages, SMS and notifications, song lyrics, all kinds of stuff. We can pick all kinds of stuff. But
choices.
Let's just do blog idea and outline. Does that work for you?
Sure does.
Okay. All right. Primary keyword. So this is going to be a keyword or a short phrase that we want to use as what we're going to generate our content with. So what would you like me to put in as the keyword or the phrase?
I'm not sure what I want the keyword to be. How about happiness?
Happiness.
That's a good word.
So do you want to just do happiness, or do you want to do something more specific like keys to happiness or
how to become happy?
Okay, so we're going to type in how to become happy. And then underneath that, we can select number of variants. So number of variants is going to be how many examples the engine will return back
4.
of this format. We can do 1 to 3.
Oh, 3.
Okay, so we'll do 1 to 3. You want to do 4 though?
We can't do 4. Though.
Exactly.
So 3 it is.
All right. And then creativity level. There's a bunch of different levels of creativity that we can do here. Optimal, none, no creativity.
No creativity.
But it says that would be the most factual way of writing. We have low, medium, high, and then maximum creativity, which says it'll be less factual.
Let's do low.
Low? Okay. So we're going to be low in the creativity department.
Let's see what it comes back with.
All right. So we have our idea how to become happy, and we are going to click the Write for Me button and see what we get back. Again, this is all AI generated.
How long do we have to wait?
It's already done.
Wow.
And look at that. We have
that is crazy fast.
1 example, 2 example, and 3 examples. So it listened to us. It came back with something relevant. So now what we do is we take a quick look and see which one we think has the topics that we want to use for our video.
You have to take a quick look. I can't see that one.
All right. So the first one is the complete guide to happiness and how to achieve it. Introduction. What is happiness? So that would be the intro.
It would.
What are the benefits of being happy?
Okay.
How to be happier in life. And then conclusion, the keys to achieving happiness. Okay. So that's number 1.
Let's see the next one.
Number 2 is the complete guide to happiness and how to achieve it. That sounds kind of weird, like it's the same thing up here. All right. Introduction. What is happiness? First topic, how to be happy in the moment.
Ooh.
Second topic, how to be happy when you're alone.
Ooh.
Third topic, how to be happy when you're sad.
That's a tough one.
And then conclusion, how to become happier and live a more meaningful life.
Ooh, let's do that one.
Well, let's hear the third one because we have 3. You asked for 3 variants.
I know.
How to become happy in a world full of stress and anxiety.
Oh no, I want the second one.
This one has introduction. What is happiness? So we have a common introduction theme here. First topic is how to find happiness in the little things. Second topic is the importance of self-care for happiness. The third topic is how to be happier in your relationship. And conclusion is how to be happier in a world full of stress and anxiety.
You know what? Let's do that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just basically get rid of these other 2.
You can't keep them?
Well, I could, but we're going to just stick with this one to do our video.
Okay.
So as you can see, they give you a nice little text editor here. You have all the common formatting options available to you, and you can just come in here and free edit the text.
That's cool.
So the introduction, what is happiness? So if I go ahead and I highlight this sentence, introduction, what is happiness?
Yes.
I can just click on this paragraph button, and it will basically go out and generate me a paragraph using the AI algorithms.
Look at that.
And it comes back and it says, happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. It is a concept that can be measured and quantified. The word happiness comes from the Old English word hayap. Hayap. Meaning luck, prosperity, and good fortune. The term happiness can refer either to an emotional state or a type of life which would be considered successful in various aspects. So do you like the way that all sounds as our intro?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to get rid of these keywords. So we have our first section. And you can already see we've accumulated 145 words so far in only a couple minutes of clicking a couple buttons.
And we didn't even do anything.
We didn't do anything. We just came up with a sentence that says how to become happy. Okay, next topic is how to find happiness in the little things. So we're going to highlight that and we're going to say create a paragraph.
What's it say?
All right, this one says, we often forget to be grateful for the little things that we have in our lives. We take them for granted and focus on what we don't have. This is why it's important to find happiness in the little things. To find happiness in the little things, you need to notice and appreciate the good, make a list of what you are grateful for, and do something that makes you happy every day.
I love that.
So we can go ahead and just delete these keywords here, and we'll reformat these sentences for when we put the actual script together for the video to do the voiceovers with, because an AI engine is not going to necessarily know how to read these bulleted items that we have here. But we like the way that one sounds, right?
Yes.
All right, next one, the importance of self-care for happiness. So we're going to highlight that and we're going to say paragraph.
taking a minute.
Okay, so this comes back and says, a recent study. Wow.
Not a long time ago.
A recent study found that self-care is a key driver of happiness. In the study, people who engaged in self-care activities reported being happier than those who did not engage in these activities. Imagine that. Self-care includes things like eating healthy, getting enough sleep, exercising, spending time with friends and family, taking care of your mental health, and more. When you take care of yourself on a regular basis, it increases your ability to be happy and have a fulfilling life. Is there any part of that you don't like how it sounds? Because we also have a feature here where we can have it reword something.
I think it's just fine.
You think it's just fine the way it is? Okay.
It's just fine the way it is.
Next topic is how to be happier in your relationship.
I think we're pretty okay.
Yeah, we're okay, but not necessarily all relationships.
Not all relationships.
A lot of times it's difficult to be happy.
Yes.
Okay. Happiness is an emotion that is hard to define. It's different for everyone, and it's also different at different times in life.
Yep.
But one thing we can all agree on is that happiness feels good.
It does feel good.
It makes it easier to get through the day, and it makes you more likely to do things that will make you happy in the future.
Definitely.
So, how do you make yourself happier?
How?
That's what it asked. I didn't write that.
Oh, I thought you wrote that.
How do you make yourself happier? So let's say we don't like the way "so how do you make yourself happier" is worded. I can select that and say rephrase. And when I click rephrase, it's going to come back and say, it's typically easier to be happy if you're living a positive and fulfilled life. However, there are some things that can also help, like enjoying the moments that make you happy. Do you like that reword?
I do
Instead
not.
of asking you a question, it's now, you don't like that. Okay.
No, I like the question.
Oh, you like the question.
I did like the question.
Okay, so we can bring the question back. How do you make yourself happier?
Exactly, because it's not.
So we're just going to leave that hanging there.
Yes, because it makes you think about how to make yourself happy.
All right, so last we have our conclusion. So we're going to highlight that and we're going to say create a paragraph. In conclusion, we should be mindful of our thoughts and feelings. We should not let the noise of society affect our happiness. Mm-hmm. We should be present in the moment and live in the moment.
I love that entire thing.
This tool, Writer, also has a built-in plagiarism
that is awesome
service where you can highlight sections of your text
just to make sure
make sure that there's no plagiarism taking place.
Oh, but you have to highlight it for it to check?
Right.
Oh.
So for example, I can take this first sentence. I can probably do up to here, for example. And I can I just highlight, and then I go to the More menu, and I can say plagiarism, check selected text for plagiarism. And it will go out and search however it's searching, and it will see if there's any plagiarism detected.
Oh, but can you highlight the whole thing?
And it comes up and it says there's 20 words matched in this post here. So we can see that there could potentially be some plagiarism in this particular set of scripts that it gave us. So what we can do is we can just come in and we can say, for example, the word happiness comes from the Old English word. See, these types might be plagiarized because it's actually just pulling from like a dictionary or something. But we could do, it's different for everyone, and it's also different at different times in life. So we can do this last one here. We can do more. We can say plagiarism. No matches were found. So you can see that it actually has the ability to actually detect plagiarism of sorts, but it will then tell you what percentage of it is actually from some other source, and it tells you what that other source is. So maybe you could cite that source in your presentation or your video or whatever, so you wouldn't get in trouble for it. But it also has the ability to come back and say there were no matches found based on that particular sentence that I highlighted there. So that's a pretty cool service.
It is pretty cool.
Look at that. How quick was that? And we barely didn't even do any work except say how to become happy. So what we'll do now is I'm going to take all of these sections and essentially create voiceovers that will be used in a video just using some random footage of stock pictures and videos that I find on the internet, and just show how easy it was to create a video out of nothing, literally within minutes. Thank you very much for being my guest today.
Oh, you're so welcome. Are you kicking me out now?
Are you happy?
I am very happy.
All right, awesome. She's happy, I'm happy. Okay, so now that we have our script generated for us by the AI engine, we have copied essentially that text into a Word document just so we have the text here. I've also gone ahead and taken out the section headers and just put only the text of the script that we're going to use so that we can use that to put into the text-to-speech engine, which will also use an AI-based voice to produce a voiceover for us. But before we do that, what we want to do is we want to go out to a really cool site, and this site is called Pexels.com, Pexels.com. And Pexels.com has a lot of free stock photography as well as images and videos that you can use for your video, for example. Now, knowing that our video is based on the theme of happiness, all you need to do is simply come in here and search on certain types of topics. So, for example, happiness. And you'll see the results that come back. And what you can do here is you can toggle over to specifically videos. And then you can use the filters, for example, and you can say which orientation you want. So this is going to be horizontal, vertical, or square. We want horizontal because we're going to do a 16:9 video. And then under sizes, you can select large, medium, or small. And I'm just going to select large. And we can scroll through here and see that we have a wide variety of videos that we can take advantage of. So let's take a look here. All right, we got this one here of this lady dancing on a beach with headphones. I think that's a good one. So what we'll do is we'll download this video, and you'll see it pops up like a little screen here, say thanks to the creator of this content. Now, the nice thing about all of this content is it is actually free to use, and you can actually use it on your YouTube videos, so long as you don't use it in any type of an inappropriate way. So what we'll do is we'll go through here, and I'm going to download a series of video clips that I'm going to use for my video. I'm not going to bore you with seeing me do all that. I'm going to download those, and then we're going to quickly jump over to the video editing portion of this. You may also decide that you don't want to just deal with things about happiness. You may want to do other things like people smiling, for example. And you can see that it returns back clips, which when you just hover over the clip, it shows you what the clip is going to look like. And as you saw me do before, you can just download that file to your local system, which we'll then use to upload to the video editing software shortly. Okay, so now we're at the video editing portion of this project, and we're going to be using a website called clipchamp.com. This is actually a company that was acquired recently by Microsoft. But they provide a really great online free video editing application that you can use and do everything all online, including uploading your own media. So what we're going to do is we could go through all the features and functions here, but I'm going to go right in and say I want to create a new video. So right off the bat, I can give my video a name. So I'll just do like happiness version 2. And you can see I have like a timeline down here where I can start to add media, for example. So one of the things I can do is I can say add media, and it lets me drag and drop files from my computer, or I can click to browse files, which will basically pop open my file explorer or browser, and then I can pick my files from there. Or I can make connections by giving permission to various types of online file storage resources like Dropbox or Google Drive, etc. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go out to my local system, and I'm going to upload some video files. So we can see I have all of these files here that I downloaded. So I'm going to just pick these, and it is going to upload those so that they can be used within my video project file to start out with. And you'll see as they are finished uploading, you'll start to see thumbnails of each of the ones that are now available to use. All right, looks like they're all done. So now what we want to do is we actually want to go and create our voiceover for our actual script that we had the AI service create for us earlier in this video. Okay, so now we're going to create the voiceover using the text that was generated by the AI writing tool. So we're simply going to take our text, the script that we created, we're going to copy it to our clipboard, and then we're going to go back over to Clipchamp's site, and underneath Record and Create, there's an option that says Text to Speech. So we're going to go ahead and just click on that, and we'll see that we have the ability to select from a variety of different languages. I'm just going to stick with English. We have the ability to select a voice, and you can see that there's a series of voices that you can select here, both male and female. We also have speech speed, so you can say whether you want it to talk really slow or super fast or regular. And essentially, you just go ahead and paste in the text that you have of your script. And you can, we'll for example, pick Brandon here, and we'll do a preview.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intent.
So that sounds kind of robotic, like we expect AI voices to sound like. We'll try Cora, feminine.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. It is a concept that can be measured and quantified.
The somewhat human-sounding
The word
pauses.
happiness comes from the Old English word heap.
But I think I'm going to just stick with this Jenny voice.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. It is a concept that can be measured and quantified.
So it sounds good to me. It sounds better than the other voices, but it is a little fast. So I'm going to just slow it down a little bit by changing the speed here. And then you just click preview to hear that.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy.
All right, maybe slow it down even a little more.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. It is a concept that can be measured and quantified.
A little too slow, so you can kind of dial it into exactly where you want it. And then once you're
Happiness
done,
is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions.
That's probably good enough. So what you do once you're finished and you're happy with the way it sounds, you just say Save to Media. And you'll see that it'll add it to your media down here below. And all you need to do is click on
Happiness is a mental state of well-being
hover over it, but add this little plus button, and it will add it to the actual soundtrack of your video. So if we go back to the beginning of the video and click play.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy.
So that's an example of how to create a voiceover from your script that was AI generated. Next, what we're going to do is we need to find some music to put underneath our video, because music adds to the overall dynamic and emotional impact of the video itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over underneath Music and SFX. And there's a category right here that's just called Free to Use. So I'm just going to click on See More. And we can sample any of these to see how they sound. What I would recommend is look at the length of your voiceover. So in this case, our voiceover is 2 minutes and 11 seconds. So we need a song that's going to at least fill that, and or potentially find shorter songs and have more than one song in your clip. For my use case here, I want to have a song that goes across the entire video as one song. So I'll probably check this out. Yeah, so that has lyrics in it. I kind of want just something that's instrumental, so I'll check this one out. So this video is on happiness. That one sounds kind of sad. So we'll scroll through here and see what else we have available. Fashion and style guitar. Oops, I clicked on it, so. I think I like this one. So I can just say add to my media. And now it's added that to my media. So I'll go back to your media and we'll see that it's preparing that for me. And once that's done, I can go down and I can add that to my timeline here. And what I can do is I can actually, since this audio is now longer than my voiceover, I can very easily come in and trim that so that it's the same length as my voiceover. And with it selected, I can come up underneath the fade and I can say fade out or fade in. In this case, I want to fade out, and I'm going to add a 2-second fade out at the end. So now if I go ahead and go to that spot.
We should be present in the moment and live in the moment.
You can hear that it faded out. Now, honestly, that's way too loud. So one of the things I like is that you can also come underneath audio and you can change the volume of the soundtrack itself. So I'm going to bring that down to probably like, I don't know, 5%. And we'll see how this sounds from the beginning.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. It is a concept that can be measured and quantified. So we can tweak it on the fly too, see if we like it louder. The word happiness comes from the Old English word heap, meaning luck, prosperity, or good fortune. Happiness can refer either to an emotional state or to a type of life which would be considered successful in various aspects.
So now you see we've added our professional sounding voiceover. We've also added a soundtrack to it. We were able to edit that soundtrack to have it fade out at the end to fit with our voiceover. Now all we need to do really is drag in our video clips to actually create the video portion of this. So as I mentioned, next what we need to do is we actually need to start adding our video clips into our movie here. So I'm going to start with this lady dancing on the beach, and I'm just going to click add, and it's going to add it right to the timeline. And what I like about it is you can actually change the duration of the video just by dragging and shrinking it to fit to how you want it to fit. So for example, this is what this would look like.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy.
So like right where she says joy, I might want to end and go to my next clip. So what I would do is I would select the next clip and I would say, for example, add that here. And I would essentially do this with all of the clips that I have until I have all of my clips the way I want them. And the nice thing is because you can move and resize them like this, you have the ability to make sure that a clip is, for example, relevant to what the voiceover is saying at that point in time. But this is what this would look like.
Positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. It is a concept that can be measured and quantified. The word happiness comes from the Old English word heap, meaning.
And one of the other things I like too is that you can, for example, create some text. They have text options available for you over here as well. So I'm going to take a look at these here. I like the way stencil looks. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the beginning of my movie and I'm going to say add stencil. And you'll see that it has now put this text effect at the beginning of my video. So what I can do here is I can go underneath the text box up in the right hand corner here and I can put in different texts. So in this case I'll just do happiness because that's going to be the title of my video. And I'm going to pick a different font here. They have a bunch of different fonts you can pick from. I like this Bolby one. And I'm not really crazy about the purple, so I think what I'm going to do is a happier color like yellow, for example. And so you can see now it's allowed me to create that text effect, change colors for it, change the font. And now if I play it along with my movie.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment.
You'll see that it gives you a pretty professional transition in and then a transition out. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this video all the way I want it to be. And once we're done, I'm going to show how you can take your finished video, which like any good cooking show, I already have one ready to go, and how you can export it either to your local hard drive or you can actually upload it directly to a social network like YouTube. Okay, so here I am with my fully edited video that I've put together with all of my free stock video footage, my text overlay that I created, the soundtrack that was provided by Clipchamp, and my professional sounding voiceover generated by an AI voice generation system. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and I'm going to select to export this, and you'll see that it gives me a variety of different resolutions that I can export to. I'm going to do 1080p HD, and once I do that, it's going to bring me to a screen where it starts to process my video, and you can see that it even lets you watch a preview of your video being rendered. So I'm going to speed this up so that you don't have to watch it render the entire time, and once it's finished, I'll come back and we'll go through the next step. Okay, so as you can see, the video has finished rendering, and you have the option to save to your computer, which essentially when you click that, it'll download that to your hard drive. You can also create a video link that you can use to share with other people to watch this video using a special link. And you can also make connections, like I said, to some other resources like Google Drive or YouTube or TikTok. And in this case, we're going to do upload to YouTube. So you can see here, I've already made this connection, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just come in and give it a title. So AI generated video. And I'm going to just put some information in here, plus free video editor. Is amazing. Description. What is the key to a happy life? Then under video privacy, this is where you can come in and toggle some of the YouTube specific settings like an unlisted video, public or private. I'm just going to do unlisted for now. Category, we can come in and select a category. So in this case, I'll just do education. And keywords, I'm going to come in and do AI, voiceover, editing, happiness, joy, peace. And then I'm going to say, no, it's not made for kids. Just, I always select that by default. And then I'm just going to say upload. And then you'll see that it's uploading to YouTube. And once it's finished, we'll go over and see that it actually shows up on YouTube successfully, and we'll be finished. And I'll show you the final video at the end of this clip. Okay, so we can see that the upload has completed. We have a little green check mark here, and it really conveniently provides you with the actual YouTube URL that you could provide to people to go watch it. So what we're going to do is just click on this copy link. We'll open up a new tab, and we'll go ahead and paste.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. It is a concept that can be measured and quantified.
Just like that, it's all
The
finished.
word happiness
so I'm going
comes
to now
from the Old
show
English
you
word
the
heap,
high
meaning
quality
luck,
full
prosperity,
version of
or
the
good
final
fortune.
video.
Happiness is a mental state of well-being characterized by positive emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. It is a concept that can be measured and quantified. The word happiness comes from the Old English word heap, meaning luck, prosperity, or good fortune. Happiness can refer either to an emotional state or to a type of life which would be considered successful in various aspects. You can find happiness in many areas of your life. We often forget to be grateful for the little things that we have in our lives. We take them for granted and focus on what we don't have. This is why it's important to find happiness in the little things. To find happiness in the little things, you need to notice and appreciate the good, make a list of what you are grateful for, and do something that makes you happy every day. A recent study found that self-care is a key driver of happiness. In the study, people who engaged in self-care activities reported being happier than those who did not engage in these activities. Self-care includes things like eating healthy, getting enough sleep, exercising, spending time with friends and family, taking care of your mental health, and more. When you take care of yourself on a regular basis, it increases your ability to be happy and have a fulfilling life. It is also important to have happiness in your relationships. Happiness is an emotion that is hard to define. It's different for everyone, and it's also different at different times in life. But one thing we can all agree on is that happiness feels good. It makes it easier to get through the day, and it makes you more likely to do things that will make you happy in the future. So, how do you make yourself happier? In conclusion, we should be mindful of our thoughts and feelings. We should not let the noise of society affect our happiness. We should be present in the moment and live in the moment.